One day, in a beautiful castle far away, lived a cat named Snow Meow. She lives with her evil stepmom, and she is treated more like a maid than a daughter. Despite everything, Snow Meow remains kind and treats every living creature with kindness. This is why the animals love her so much. One time, the prince snuck up on Snow Meow, making her surprised. But Snow Meow had other things to do, and she gets back to the palace. One day, the stepmom asked the magic mirror who the prettiest of them all was, and it answered Snow Meow, making her angry and assigns a knight to hurt Snow Meow. The knight felt so bad for Snow Meow that he let her go off into the forest. During her escape, she finds a little house that looks like it was lived in and tries to come inside. She fell asleep on the beds as several dwarves enter the house and were surprised to see a cat sleeping. Snow Meow kindly apologizes and introduces herself to the dwarves, and they eventually form a close friendship. Meanwhile, at the palace, the stepmom asks the mirror the same question again and shows Snow Meow. In desperation, she tracks her down and transforms herself into an old woman with a poisoned apple and pretends to ask for help and give the apple to her for her kindness. The unassuming Snow Meow takes a bite and immediately becomes unconscious and faints. The poor cat is eventually found by the dwarves and is presumed to live, as she is put in a beautiful glass coffin for her funeral. Back in the nearby kingdom, the prince searched for Snow Meow all throughout the forest but was shocked to see her lying in a glass coffin. As he carefully approaches the coffin, he feels a deep pain and longing for her, wishing he could have done something to save her. As a final gesture of his admiration, the prince wanted to give Snow Meow a kiss on the cheek as a final goodbye. And as he did so, a breath suddenly comes out of Snow Meow's snout, and everyone was surprised to see Snow Meow waking up. Of course, everyone was so delighted and happy to see Snow Meow alive again, and the prince wasted no time into bringing her back to the kingdom. After a long journey back from the forest and into the kingdom, the prince and Snow Meow got married and lived happily ever after. The end.